brainstorm about what kind of films you'd like to make. We're going to break into small groups, start doing some planning for your film, basically plan out your entire film. That's super important. Filmmaking is telling a story with visuals and also words. But you really are trying to tell most of your story by showing your audience what they need to understand about the characters, about the... So the films that you're about to create they're going to be about something you'd like to see changed in the world or in your community. That doesn't mean they have to be boring and serious. That they're about something that you care about as young people that live in Terrace. And so, who thinks Terrace is perfect? How it is? Maybe some of you do. Right. Nice. Cool. If you all had the power, so we're all putting on your magical power crown right now. If you had the power to change something in your community, or if there's an issue that you care about here, what would those be?
With our water and how we're selling it.
Great. Close to Hannah's heart. Everyone's, but just got back from like a water activist.
So I just was at this.
Amazing.
Wow, what a list! I think this is the best list I have
I
seen.
actually think so too. So we're gonna start crossing stuff off. It's not because it's not important. It's just because we can't make a film about everything. So,
Good news is once we leave, you guys can keep making some films.
you guys can cover the whole list. Go around the circle in your group and just take like a few minutes to just share, each person share, why did you choose this topic? What personal stories, you know, you don't have to share your personal story necessarily, but yeah, write your topic in the middle of your paper, somewhere on your paper. Go around the circle and share why you picked that topic. We'll just spend a few minutes doing that.
Topic.
Yeah.
Water conservation. Okay.
We're going to be talking about like how we need to protect our water and stuff.
So are you going to film it actually near water?
Yes.
Near the Skeena, right on. Excellent.
How they word that, how Fox are careful. What'd you say you are when it comes to water?
How cautious and careful are you with your water? With your fresh water?
Please excuse my battery. That you do not.
So, Brian, I'm glad you participated in the video production. How was the experience?
This was an amazing experience, just being able to learn how to make a video, little tips on where to place a camera when we are filming someone, how to do an interview properly. I feel like these are all really good skills to know.
Good, yeah. What was your topic?
Our topic was basically the importance of conservation of fresh water.
Okay. So you actually got to go to Skeena River and interview a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, we tried interviewing a couple of fishermen. We actually saw a couple of people pulling in the net, and that was really interesting. That was a first-time experience for me. And we got really good answers out of all of them, and everyone participated really well.
Oh, that's pretty awesome, because you just kind of sprang it on them and showed up with a camera and just like me. Showed up with a camera. So do you think you'll be doing more films and kind of raising issues in the community? Would you like to do that?
Yeah, it would be, now that we have the experience, first time, it was a really good note, like learning everything, but I feel like after this, everything else will just come easy, and it'll be even better next time for sure.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, thank you very much. I shouldn't keep you away from the editing process. But thank you.
It's actually more relatable.
It's so shiny.
Means good fishing. It's
That's good. That's good.
Fresh water is more important than life itself.
What's your view
on fresh water?
H2O. What?
View on fresh water. What is your answer?
I like salmon.
A follow the leader kind of thing where a police officer is the example and society's following him, but even when the officer does something wrong, society still follows him. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
We'll see where it leads.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, it's an important topic. Awesome.
Action. Hey.
Are you a real police officer?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Awesome. You guys feel slightly revived? Nathan?
Okay.
So what team did you pick?
The homophobic, transphobic, homophobia, transphobia, and gender stereotypes.
Okay. So how do you plan to attack it?
So like what the
Like some kind of
film is gonna be like.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to explain it. Okay, well, pretty much we're gonna get more actors.
Yeah,
So maybe
that's like a leader, right?
we're gonna need some people outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a bathroom break scene, but there's always kind of identified as a male bathroom and a female bathroom. Pretty much you just gotta say like,
Be very confident and
pretty much you just gotta do this. I don't care
I'll
what.
stick out my chest.
be like a guy.
Okay, just watch this.
A guy in the football team in high school who's like the leader of the football team in the stereotypical high school movies.
Okay, just
Okay.
Why don't you try
We'll do
it?
it through. We'll rehearse, okay? Ready?
Just wait till it's
I'll say action, okay?
Just don't press record.
I won't. Okay. Action.
What do you think you're doing here? You're not supposed to be in here. You were once a girl. That means you should be in the kitchen. Pretty much like
That's
that.
all I need to say?
Yeah, that's all you need to say.
Okay, that's very good.
All I said was you can't come in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our lines are not very long. We just gotta like prove.
I've already forgotten the lines. So go back to the kitchen. What are you trying to be here? Is it-
Pretty much you just gotta say, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be here. You were once a girl. You should
You know
be
we
here.
need them cards to show my lines so I can look up. Okay. What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here?
You were once a
You
girl.
were once a girl.
Get back in the kitchen.
Get back in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Think stereotype, girl, kitchen, not
Sandwiches.
supposed to be here.
We can do it a couple times.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We will do it.
1960s.
Okay.
I don't know what time the stereotype.
Whoa, 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 what are you doing?
You're good.
That wasn't good, sorry. What do you think you're doing? You were once a girl. Get back in the kitchen.
That was good.
I need a smile.
Don't breathe.
No.
Just stay perfect. You are a statue.
Like it really hurt.
Oh.
Action!
I lag behind a little bit because I can't walk as fast. I quit trying to be a 20-year-old long ago. You know. So it's been a pleasure. I wish you the best. And I'm hoping to see in the future your names on the credits of some major production. Yeah.
We're so happy.
I'll pass it this way.
My name's Ryan Kunar, and also I realize that editing shouldn't be taken lightly. That is a pretty arduous task, and many days need to be used for editing, and we need to use our time efficiently.
Need more appreciation of that on 3-minute videos on YouTube.
Yeah, a lot more appreciation.
Michael Prevo. Anyways, I just think short films are great because they offer an opportunity for thought-provoking discussions and dialogue. And I think these 3 films are going to be a great stepping stone for the work that how the community can use this movie in the fall.
Cool. I'm Hannah Leona from Prince George, and I think I learned a bit about the importance of having the transgender washrooms, and then it was really cool because Leah and I walked into the hotel last night, and it was on the news that Ottawa was starting to change lots of the bathrooms.
At high schools in Ottawa, they're
Yeah.
putting transgender bathrooms.
So I never really thought about that before, and it was really cool to bring that attention right as other people massively are thinking about it, so very cool. Thank you.
My name is Adam, and I learned how to take down cameras, set them up, use them, change settings, and have the rules of them, and had fun with them. So, yeah.
I'm Soleil Lavelle, and I learned how much time and effort it takes to make a short film, let alone like a movie and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm Jillian, and I learned that even though that short films are actually longer than they seem to be, it's always nice to have fun, and it's learning the new experiences and stuff like that, but just making videos is, I don't know where I'm going with this.
My name is Willow, and I learned how to properly use like the video editor and like get all fancy.
I'm Peyton, and I learned that in order to actually have fun at things, you have to step out of your comfort zone and embrace your friends.
Great one.
I didn't know what to say.
I'm Allie, and I learned like how many things you can actually do with like editing and stuff, and you can like change like colors of things and the audio and everything, how complicated it can be.
I'm Olivia, and I learned that making films isn't just taking out your phone and doing it, it's actually a lot of work.
Seems to be a theme.
My name is Sasha, and I learned how very courageous you all were, and you really embraced it, and within 3 days you put together an amazing video, so thank you.
I'm Michaela, and I learned that being a part of a group doesn't mean you're just there. Like in school settings, there's always one leader, and I learned that everybody could be a leader in the group, and I was able to communicate with my peers amazing.
My name's Zach, and I learned just how much work goes into making videos, and I also learned how to use the camera and just how much fun it can be.
My name's Leah, and I learned that there's a lot of really amazing, inspiring, and empowered young people in Terrace. And feel very lucky to gotten to have a little glimpse into what you're all about to embark on, and I hope that some of you continue on with the adults in your community that are asking for your input and your leadership, and I hope all of you feel empowered to step up into that, because I definitely think there's a lot of really brilliant ideas and insight that you have to share, and I think you've shown that pretty strongly through this project, so well done.
My name is Doug. I just got here, so I didn't learn a lot. I can tell you that over the years, I've been working with a lot of youth, both here and in Ontario, and I've learned a lot about the skills and the capacity that you have to make big changes. And so what we've learned is that most of the really big changes have to start with the youth. And I think that's the most important thing, especially when you're thinking long term. How can we make the best community we can possibly make? It's going to be you that does it, not us. So all of this time that we spend and all of this reaching out to you to engage and to get your opinion, it's really, really important, and it's fabulous work. I love it. So, congratulations to everybody here. Man.
My name is Carol. I learned in a very short period of time what is important to you guys and how comfortable you are with topics that aren't always comfortable for adults. I'm thinking about the transgender one in particular. We've just recently agreed to putting in a rainbow sidewalk into Terrace, and how uncomfortable it is for a lot of adults, and it's kind of neat to see that you guys are just so comfortable with that. The water issue is it's going to be a huge important issue as we go forward, as we face climate change, and also the challenges that the police face. I think that was a kind of a very cool way of looking at police from a younger person's perspective. Thank you.
My name is Tracy, and I have an 11-year-old daughter who would love to have been part of this. She's too young. She keeps reminding me on a daily basis. But I'm really impressed to see, it makes me feel really positive to know that, you know, what kind of young people she could turn up to be. You know, she's still a few years away from where you guys are at right now, but I know she thinks about a lot of the things that you're thinking about, but to see it actually down on tape like that made it just that much more real. Thank you.
My name is Tiff, and I learned that my grandma thinks you're cool. So yesterday I had a chance to talk with my grandma on the phone about all the topics that you've been working with this week, and she had such awesome things to say, and she was so excited about the work that you did. And I knew she was awesome before, but now I know, like, specifically some of the ways that my grandma's awesome. And my hope for all of you is that you'll get a chance to talk to people from other generations, Exhibit A perhaps, and your parents and your grandparents, and find out how they can be challenging and supporting to you as you continue in your wonderful lives and your wonderful work.
So how would you guys like to see, so, you know, we spent 4 days together here. You were working hard, so of course everybody wants to get back to maybe some more leisurely pace during the summer. But you know, would you guys be interested in maybe being part of something that we organize in the community for youth, engage some more youth in the community, maybe make more films, and just like have topics. What I think is really excellent for me, what I see, and it's almost like for the first time in Terrace in more sort of way, bigger way, is the Healthy Communities Committee, because it actually has a lot of people in the community, lots of decision makers, and they're all saying youth are important and we want to hear from you. So it's almost like a change there, because we're not here to sort of do things or like you know, suggest things and decide on topics. We are here more in the outer circle to support. So we can open the doors, and then we can also make life. Or do other things. Say, okay, you have an idea, you're exploring, and can you imagine that if you would say, I want to present to the council, to the city council, it's actually really easy to do because they want to hear from you. So it's sort of like the doors are open. So it's actually really cool. Anyways, so I talked too much. But I don't know, who would be interested in maybe doing something similar throughout the year? If you would feel like
nice. We're taking a leadership role for some
production. Leah and Hannah, thank you so much for guiding the youth, coming to Terrace and taking the youth through the process. How was it?
Yeah, thank you for having us. We love Terrace. I think it went really well. Yeah, it was a really diverse group, ages, backgrounds, families, and it was really cool to see the issues they came up with. Some of those issues I'd never even had before, so
okay,
it's really cool.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's amazing every time we do this program to see how these young people, these teenagers, come together and in 4 days are able to come up with an idea, collaborate to plan their film, go out and shoot and their footage, and come back and spend a day editing and navigating a new program that they're just learning how to use, and you know, bearing with us while we invite them and encourage them to play games and do things outside of their comfort zone. And I feel like this group really rose to the occasion, and I feel really proud of what they did, both the product, the films that they produced, and also just the different connections they made. And the Real Youth program is it's an intensive film workshop, and the first day we spend playing games and building some trust and community within the group, and also teaching them the foundations on just basic principles about how to make a short film and how to use the equipment. And then on the second day, they dive into a brainstorm and deciding what topic they're going to make their film about and doing some planning. And they also shoot most of their footage on that second day. The third day, getting any last shots they need, and then dive into editing. So our role is kind of keeping the process moving and also supporting them in being able to create the vision for the film that they want to make.
Nice, and we got to have a sort of a sneak peek and the rough edits tonight, just before the end, and it's amazing. So, how would you say that this sort of group and this process compared to some of the other ones that you have been part of?
From right off the bat, the topics they came up with, we came up with a huge list. I'd say each youth put in 2 of topics they cared about, and that list was so big and relevant to this area and relevant to the world. So that list was quite impressive. I don't know if I've seen a list that dynamic and strong in the 5 years I've been doing this work.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I was surprised that I had a lot of feedback from the youth that did the water film that seeing fish come out of the river was the first time they'd ever saw that. And for youth to be living here the whole time and then finally get to see something beautiful as the salmon comes, that was a surprise to me. I would assume maybe everyone that lives on the river may have seen that in their life, but it was opening to my eyes that not everyone sees the same things even though we live in the same place.
And what was really neat was we actually had an elder that saw the poster for the video production and joined us, Maurice Mason, and then he got to be part of the water video. So that was really neat. And you were there with them on the first day of the shooting. So how was that?
Yeah, it was really cool to see, to hear his stories, and it's a process, you know. When working with elders, you want to press record and not rush them. Like they'll tell a story and they'll come back to their point. So allowing that space, the youth did a really good job, like listening, and yeah, I think the best programs are when you can have elder and youth together. Everybody learns. And I know from Morris couldn't be the last day, but when he stood up and said goodbye to everyone the third day, I could tell he was quite impacted by the group as well. So it was really cool.
Yeah, and you know, for me, it's like here we are advertising a youth project, and we have an elder come in, and it just felt like absolutely, you know, everybody's welcome, and because there's always opportunities that enrich the program. Anyway, what happens next?
So I'm going to take the films back and do the final polish. They've all filled out some forms of what they're missing in their film, what they would like to see. So I'll do the final kind of sparkle from their instructions and keeping the vision true to the youth. And then, and then we'll send them back, send drafts, get a little bit more feedback. And then there'll be a showing, maybe, I'm not sure if it's at this location,
We'll see. Maybe that'll be a bigger event.
Right. So some kind of community event to bring anyone who's interested in seeing these youth films. They put a lot of work into them. I recommend going. And yeah, then there'll be a community event where the films will be shown and the youth will talk about their experience and maybe why they chose those issues.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And all the best to all your endeavors, and maybe you come back to Terrace.
Definitely.
One day. Yeah. Thank you.
And I guess for those who would like to see the films, they'll be available on reelyouth.ca. That's REELYOUTH.ca, and also on the Skeena Diversity website.
Yeah.
So skeenadiversity.com.
All right. Well, thanks again for coming.
Thank you, Sasha.